It's nice to see people here for the start of the show. Hopefully more will roll in during the day. My name is Martin Hardy. I'm the conference organiser. There's many people to thank, many things to talk about, and we'll do that as we go along. I'd like to introduce the Vice-Chancellor at Deakin University to say a few words to open the conference, and then I'll say some more. I'll try not to say too much.
Thank you very much. Well, hello, my name is Jane Hollander, and I'm the Vice-Chancellor at Deakin University. And I begin by acknowledging the Wathaurong people of the Kulin Nations, the traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting today. We pay our respect to them for their care of the land. I particularly welcome distinguished colleagues of the cycling profession, Mr. Aldo Sassi, Mape Cycling, and I'm advised one of the great coaches of this modern era. My Deakin colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to Deakin University and the great city of Geelong for this conference. The weather yesterday was divine. Hopefully sometime today it will be sunny again, but may I warn those of you who've come from other parts, we have all seasons in one day, and sometimes we have all seasons in 1 hour, so dress warmly. I extend a warm welcome to delegates who include our own prominent academic staff at Deakin University and interested parties from regional, national, and I'm delighted, international locations. The delegates at this conference make up an exciting mix of speakers and attendees who have considerable experience both in the professionalisation of cycling as a sport and as researchers who investigate and reflect on the key issues of this and other sports. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the conference organisers and the sponsors of this conference, Skins and the Deakin Faculty of Business and Law. It's very interesting for me to speak at a conference entitled New Pathways for Pro Cycling. I live just on the waterfront, not 5 minutes from here, and I am literally surrounded by cyclists and push bikes at the moment. But it makes a very interesting change from footballers, which is the team at the heart of this city most days of the week. As part of the festivities surrounding the UCI World Raid Championships in Geelong, I'm delighted to advise you that Deakin University researchers have completed their task of creating a smart bike for the 21st century, and they will unveil their finished product tomorrow. The Smart Bike Project Manager, Dr. Paul Collins from Deakin's Institute of Technology Research and Innovation, has said that with the best in world cycling in Geelong for the championships, he thought it would be a great opportunity to showcase our world-class manufacturing and research capabilities in areas such as carbon fibre, titanium, and material and fibres innovation. Paul and his team have given the project the working title of the Smart Bike because their design makes smart use of a number of research areas at Deakin where we think we are leading the world. A number of design approaches are being looked at by researchers, and they include the use of carbon tubing and bonding, magnesium for faster extruding, surface coating of titanium components for superior wear, and using sensors in carbon laminate to help the rider make smart decisions about performance improvements. And there we're all thinking they just get on their bikes and ride. So from the manufacture of smart bikes to the debate and conversation regarding those who ride the bikes for a living. And that's why we're here today. But before I comment and open the conference, I would like to say something about openness in science and the law, and above all, openness in the pursuit of new ideas. You will find that when they seek to describe the essential nature of a university, people often refer to John Henry Newman's essay, The Idea of a University, written in 1854. And he wrote that, and I'm quoting, "A university is an assemblage of strangers from all parts in one spot, a place for the communication and circulation of thought." Now, the principal values that unite those of us who work in universities are those of academic freedom and collegiality. Academic freedom is the freedom to engage in the open exchange of ideas, the freedom to teach, to undertake research, and to publish that research without suppression. Academic freedom and collegiality are integral to the core values that underpin the idea of a university. A commitment to the creation, advancement, transmission, and application of knowledge and skills and we have enshrined these values, amongst others, at the beginning of the Deakin University Strategic Plan. Deakin encourages its staff and its students to engage in the open exchange of ideas, and is an institution in which staff and students are seriously engaged in the life of the university and are united by common values and mutual respect. Those of us who enjoy these privileges that come about from working in universities must support our colleagues in other places who are subjected to censorship, pressure, and sometimes even physical harm. Many of us, and in that I include all of my university colleagues, could probably cite instances where we have quoted Voltaire, the famous French philosopher. I may disagree with what you have to say, but I shall defend to the death your right to say it. Academic freedom is only really meaningful when someone publishes something or says something with which you disagree, but nonetheless you support that person's academic freedom. If only popular views enjoyed academic freedom, it would surely be worthless. And the best antidote to the publication of views you disagree with is the publication of further, contrary, evidence-based arguments. Academic freedom is not unbridled, of course. An academic staff member at Deakin who enjoys the freedom to undertake research and to publish research outcomes without suppression thereby subjects herself or himself to the possibility of colleagues exercising the precise same academic freedom. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, to the conference topic in hand this morning. The New Pathways Conference for Pro Cycling is serving as a launch pad for the report, I Wish I Was 21 Today, Beyond Doping in the Australian Peloton, which is sponsored by Skins, and it is hoped this conference will foster a positive and productive dialogue. The subject of doping in cycling is a topical and controversial issue, and one that is well worth discussing, and one that is not isolated just to the sport. This conference is not the place for recriminations or confessions, but is the place for insightful dialogue and the development of strategies for the future, and indeed for celebrating that we do research into sport, which is such an important and integral part of the Australian culture. In bringing together cyclists, administrators, academics, scientists, fans, the media, and others interested in the future direction of professional cycling, we have created a unique forum for discussing the problems that cycling and almost every other sport currently faces as they undergo changes in the process of globalisation and consider the mechanisms for improvement. The New Pathways for Pro Cycling conference that you are currently participating in, therefore, has the opportunity, given the inclusive nature of all stakeholders, to provide informed dialogue on the critical issue of doping in sport, the adequacy of current systems, and the possibilities for better processes. You have the opportunity to help to inform the nature of sport and its administration into the future, a responsibility which you all share. I hope you use your time wisely. I therefore wish you all the best in your discussions and hope that your time at Deakin and in our great city is an enjoyable one. We are delighted that you've taken the time from your usual activities to be here with us today and to participate. Thank you for inviting me to open your conference, and I now pronounce the conference open. Enjoy.